maybe an overnight. Then I went back to work. When I took time off, it was to visit organizations working with former sex workers in Thailand and Cambodia. I didn't give myself permission to play or to do anything solely for fun or relaxation. I only read novels and watched movies that had a globally significant storyline. I felt that I didn't deserve or couldn't afford to take care of myself in the face of so much suffering. Saying no felt like either a liability or an expression of disdain for the needs of others and for myself. When I recognized my exhaustion and compassion fatigue, I judged myself. I thought, who am I to complain? My life is full of blessings that go far beyond my essential needs. I heard countless stories of trauma directly from survivors, as well as time after time from my community. I had very few boundaries and answered calls at all hours. More than once, I agreed to go to the hospital for sexual assault calls because I happened to live closer than other staff. I could take it for the team. I thought I was invincible. My mind began to feel saturated with traumatic realities. Pressing on felt easier than making changes. I also didn't want to stop engaging and advocating for changes. I felt called to the work and grateful for the gift of listening and knowing people's stories. I wanted to move forward, to move mountains of societal barriers. Over time, my obsession with always doing the work had chipped away at my ability to do the work at all. I didn't yet realize the impact of my internal narratives and belief systems. Slowly, my identity was more and more centered on what I did, rather than who I was. I started to believe that my identity and worth were based on helping others. Worse, I thought I didn't have value as a person unless I was serving people in need. I couldn't stop doing this type of work because I was called, because I cared, because I was addicted. Beneath my compassion was a drive, even a need for meaning and self-worth. Time to turn around. During the final year of my master's degree, a fellow student encouraged me to take a class called Self-Care for Social Workers. I resisted. It sounded tedious. They would probably just tell me I needed to exercise, eat healthy food, rest, and write a self-care plan. I didn't think I needed it. I thought I was already doing those things, and I had too much to do in general. Despite my doubts, and with some persuasion, I signed up for the class. The 2 8-hour sessions taught by Laura Vandernoot-Lipsky helped catalyze my new journey. The course and her book, Trauma Stewardship, opened my eyes to the impact my work was having on me and helped me to see that I desperately needed help. I began to learn that trauma affects everyone who is exposed to it. This includes not only those plagued by violence, homelessness, and addiction, but also the social workers, therapists, pastors, relief workers, and community development workers who try to help. Psychologists call this secondary trauma or vicarious trauma. It is the trauma that comes with repeatedly hearing the stories of and working with people in crisis. In the same way firefighters can be stained with soot and ash, I was covered with the residue of my own work. Secondary trauma is normal and hard to avoid, so I didn't need to apologize for being affected or for needing help. Learning how affected I was by trauma was one thing, yet making changes and moving forward was another. I realized I needed to be saved, but not from the difficulty of the work. I needed to be saved from my unhealthy motives and beliefs that had led me to dark spaces. Before I experienced burnout, I thought self-care was superficial. In popular culture, self-care often means nothing more than pampering. Social media is littered with posts that equate self-care with massages and manicures. I'm in need of some good self-care, looking for recommendations for a great massage, nail salon, and eyebrow wax. Many think they can't afford or they don't deserve this kind of self-care. As I've worked through my own barriers to self-care,